doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. If they can start here at the school board to take our votes away from us, they're gonna go nationally. Come on, can't you see what they're doing?
In 2020, a slate of progressives ran to take over the school board in Prince George's County, Maryland.
We ran on dismantling the school-to-prison pipeline. We ran on leveraging our school system resources to uplift working-class people.
They won their races by a nearly 2-to-1 margin.
When we voted for someone who we thought would do the best for our children.
But local business interests refused to accept the election results, which threatened the millions they were making on school construction contracts.
I've seen some pretty nasty fights in my career. This I think, crosses lines that I don't even recall us crossing in those days.
Now, contractors and corporate lobbyists are trying to overturn the election results and remove the new board members from office with the help of some establishment Democrats.
If they can do it at the school board level and take our votes out and just throw them off like our votes didn't matter, I'll be damned, because I'm gonna fight. My votes matter. You understand what I'm saying? My ancestors fought for us to vote, and they're not gonna send me back 50 years. No, 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 no.
The part of our agenda that threatened the political establishment was simply this: they could not control us. You know, they couldn't call us and tell us that we had to vote for this company or this contractor or to award this amount of money to this person.
Just before the slate was elected, the county launched a $1.2 billion plan to construct public schools using funds from private, for-profit investors. It's the first public-private school funding plan in the nation. Business lobbies hope it will serve as a model for other districts. But the school construction funding was mired in controversy before the slate even came into office.
Now to a Fox 5 exclusive. Controversy ahead of a huge decision to use private money to fast-track construction of 6 new middle schools. This is a deal that is worth over $1 billion.
Now concerns about the integrity of the vote that just took place and influenced by the county executive.
The political establishment uses the school system as a cash cow, as a piggy bank.
The people making money off of this are contractors, developers. We're talking millions of dollars more that we're spending on projects that should have been way less than what they are currently.
When the progressive slate came into office, they found that contractors were regularly adding unnecessary millions to construction contracts. They asked for an audit on how these funds were being used.
The chair refused to put it on the agenda. The school system itself was adamantly opposed to it. Why? If you have nothing to hide, why can't we bring in an expert in school system construction to monitor what you're doing?
In the years prior to the progressives' victory, needed school system construction projects regularly went ignored, even though politically connected contractors kept raking in millions. Phyllis Wright's 2 children went to an elementary school that was infested with mold.
As a mother trying to fight, 40% of the teachers were getting sick, the children was getting sick, and I could not understand why wasn't anyone doing anything. But I kept on fighting for my children and all of those children in District Heights Elementary School. I just couldn't understand why wouldn't they help us. And I have to keep a pump to make sure I have an inhaler with me just in case I stop breathing. You know, so it's been rough. And then they showed me all of these blueprints. Miss Wright, we have all this money and we're gonna put in this part and we're gonna do this and we're gonna fix this. They said they fixed it, but they didn't. I'd like to know where that money went.
Early in their time in office, progressives also passed a community benefit agreement that shifted resources from contractors towards working families in the district.
Which would say to contractors that if you want to do business with Prince George's County Public Schools, you must hire Prince George's County residents. You must ensure that they're paid health care, retirement, above or at a prevailing wage, basic necessities that we should all be able to agree to.
Since these changes, there's been a coordinated effort to remove the new slate from office. It started with a series of anonymous, error-riddled ethics complaints filed against the progressive members. The school board's chair attempted to remove the elected majority from the board. She even muted them during board meetings.
Point of order, Madam Chair. Is this
Cut them off.
muted? Please mute.
I'm being
Please
muted
mute.
continuously.
Yes.
I'm just asking.
In July, the business-aligned board members voted to send the ethics complaints to the State Board of Education in order to remove the progressives from office.
I absolutely consider this an attempt to overturn the results of the election. They were determined to remove us, and they were going to do it by any means necessary, even if that meant fabricating information.
Since the first attempt at removal failed, local lobbyists and contractors are rallying to build popular support for their case.
And what we're calling for is now get rid of the dysfunction. Get rid of dysfunction and be about the business of our community.
The rally was organized by lobbyists with deep financial ties to County Executive Angela Alsobrooks. County Executive Alsobrooks is the same official who appointed the school board chair who has tried to oust the progressives.
Unfortunately, I believe the county executive is responsible. All of her appointed members voted to remove us.
County Executive Alsobrooks did not respond to our request for an interview about the school board.
It's critical for us to make sure we do everything we can to figure out exactly who's doing this and make sure that they're held accountable, because it's way over the line. The public needs to understand that there's somebody in the school system, somebody in the county government system that's willing to attack people at this level, and essentially an attempt to destroy their careers.
But I want to fight for these school board members that they are targeting, because they're doing right.
I have been to schools in the wintertime where there's no air, or schools in the summertime that we have to let students go home because it's too hot. And so while you're allowing these contractors to run amok, students are suffering. Teachers are suffering. District Heights is a perfect example of that, and there's so many other cases just like District Heights across the school system.
These are people that have a heart. This is a part-time job, and what they do, they deal with a lot of money, and they try to make sure this money is allocated to the kids where they need it the most. And if we get people in there to think that they are going to take this money and put it in their pocket, they got another thing coming. So getting rid of our school board members is just like telling us we don't have a voice. You understand? So we're not doing that.